Hello everyone, and welcome to the first video of my new Harry Potter related channel. Now, I'm not 100% sure on what I'm going to be doing for future videos, but I thought the most obvious place to start would be with with Pottermore, explore Pottermore a little bit, and actually do things like the sorting ceremony. Now, I've made a new profile specifically for this, and I'm a little bit nervous because for as long as I can remember, I've been in Slytherin. Like before Pottermore, like all those tests used to online, I was in Slytherin. When I first joined Pottermore, Slytherin. So it's going to be interesting to see if things have changed, if I'm going to get sorted into a different house. Is it going to create a crisis of character, stuff like that. But yeah, let's begin. We're going to sort into the house. Should I read the Sorting Hat story, or should we just start the ceremony? You know, I think you all will probably have already read this, and if not, you probably don't want me reading it to you. So let's do the ceremony. Moon or stars? Um, that's actually, you know, I do think I like looking at the stars more than just the moon, so I'm gonna go with the stars. Hopefully that loud banging sound as the door slammed wasn't too much, because my neighbours they don't mind just wrecking the place. So, right, what kind of instrument most pleases your ear? The violin, the trumpet, the piano, or the drum? See, this is tough because I hmm it's either the violin or the piano out of these ones. The instrument I actually play is saxophone, which most people probably think right now means, oh, I should go for the trumpet then, but they're not the same at all. Um, so, violin, probably violin. I'm gonna go with the violin because that's my next. See, I play the saxophone, which doesn't sound like a trumpet, not really. Like I can see why people would, oh, you know, jazz bands put them together, go with the trumpet, but I don't actually like the sound of the trumpet, not on its own. Um, and the violin is the next instrument, or one of the next instruments I would actually like to learn to play, so I'll go with the violin. Given the choice, would you rather invent a potion that would guarantee you love, glory, wisdom, power? I mean, I feel like I'm already happily married, so I have love. I don't need that right now. I'm happily in love. She tolerates my obsession with the wizarding world, um, and I put up with her love of Jurassic Park. We complete each other with our nerdy fandoms, and so I don't need that. Glory, I feel like glory can be attained, as can wisdom. I feel like both of these are things that can be attained quite, quite readily through. Like to be fair, all of these can just be attained. Don't get me wrong, but what I mean is like I'm gonna go with power because with power you can obtain glory and you can obtain wisdom over time. You know, you're going to learn from mistakes and so on and so forth. So I'm going to go with power. You and two friends need to cross a bridge guarded by a river troll who insists on fighting one of you before he will let you pass. Do you attempt to confuse the troll into letting all three of you pass without fighting? Suggest drawing lots to decide who will fight. Suggest all three of you should fight without telling the troll. Volunteer to fight. I mean, trolls are pretty big, but they're also pretty stupid. I mean, I could probably confuse the troll, but the thing is I feel like they're not just stupid, they're also angry and stupid. And like in Philosopher's Stone, Sorcerer's Stone, if you're in America, um, I feel like we see there a troll who gets confused And instead of it just being confused, it gets angry, and I feel like trying to it doesn't even say successfully, it says you will attempt to confuse. So I think that what I would do is get my other two friends to help me fight the troll. I reckon, you know, the three of us could probably like it. I mean, it also doesn't say like, are we getting sorted because we're 11-year-olds in this scenario, or is this me right now? Because I feel like, you know, hmm, I'm gonna say we should all fight the troll. That makes sense to me. Yeah. Then again, to be fair, the other option should be run away and go across a different bridge later. If you're attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? Tabby cat, Siamese, ginger, black, white, tawny, screech. These are all obviously just different animals. It's like, you know what? I know exactly which one I want. There it is. I want the black cat. I like cats. I just do. And the black cat would be perfect for me because I dress in black all the time. It's me. Which of the following would you like to study? Most like to study? Centaurs, goblins, merpeople, ghosts, vampires, werewolves, trolls. That's actually interesting because like they all have things that actually have appeal. Like centaurs seem to actually be better naturally inclined towards divination and telling the future, which can be very useful. Goblins obviously are well, at least based on the on Godric Gryffindor's sword, great at making things. Merpeople, okay, that's less interesting to me, um, because they just I can't think of something good for them. Ghosts, mm, what would it be studying? Would it be just studying the history and why they become ghosts, or would it be like trying to figure out like what powers they could have? I don't know. Vampires, that's a bit cliche, and so is werewolves, to be honest. Though vampires is tempting, and trolls. Goblins or vampires, I think. Um, is vampires too cliche? It probably is a bit cliche, but I am tempted to think because I figure, yeah, I'm gonna go with the vampires one because I figure in learning about them, like in the same way, like people have clearly learned about werewolves and then are able to help them, like with that potion for Lupin. Um, I don't know. This seems like the thing to do, so I'll go with vampire. Which would you rather be? Envied, imitated, trusted, praised, liked, feared? Um, I'd either like to be trusted or liked, and to be honest, I think I'm going to go with liked because I'd rather people like me, I guess. Yeah, because I don't need to be envied. Liked. I'm going to go with liked. I'm going to go right because I'm right-handed. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow, that's... Yeah, like I said, every single time I get Slytherin. Um, I say every single time. I think there was a time I say recently, not that long ago, where I got a different one and it just confused me completely, and then I retook it and got Slytherin again. So, okay, more about your house. Let's learn about Slytherin. You probably know that some Slytherin's most renowned members include Severus Snape and Bellatrix Lestrange, two of my favourites. But did you know Merlin himself was a Slytherin? Or that according to legend, the ribbon of a first-class order of Merlin is green to reflect his Hogwarts house? Or first-class order of Merlin. Sorry, I've read that really strangely. Here you can discover more about your beloved house through writings by J.K. Rowling, articles by Pottermore, and all the latest Slytherin news. You can also share your Slytherin pride with your friends with downloadable wallpaper and house emblems. Okay. Famous Slytherins: Severus Snape, Draco Malfoy, Horace Slughorn, Bellatrix Lestrange, Dolores Umbridge. Oh, boo, boo, boo. Vincent Crabbe, Gregory Goyle. Interesting that they didn't put Voldemort. But okay. Okay. Cunning, ambitious, resourceful, shrewd, and determined. Why you should fall in love with a Slytherin. Okay. The Harry Potter books from Severus Snape's perspective. Let's have a look at this one real quick. What if Snape was actually the real hero all along? Well, I mean, he was. Oh wow, is this actually... Okay. Should I read this to you guys? You know what? I'll save this. I will save this for another time for like another video. Like, let me know if you want to hear me reading stuff to you. Uh, what's this? Tell your friends you're a proud Slytherin. Here is a list of links to download wallpapers and stuff. Okay. That is not a big desktop wallpaper. That isn't even the right size wallpaper for... Okay. Facebook cover image, Twitter header image, Twitter profile image. Okay. Like, is this the same? I mean, that's kind of cool and all, but like, seems weirdly small. Like, why isn't there... Okay. Welcome message. Congratulations, I'm Prefect Gemma Farley, and I'm delighted to welcome you to Slytherin House. Our emblem is the serpent, the wisest of creatures. Our house colours are emerald green and silver, and our common room lies behind a concealed entrance down in the dungeons. As you'll see, its windows look out into the depths of the Hogwarts Lake. We often see the giant squid swooshing by, and sometimes more interesting creatures. We like to feel that our hangout has the aura of a mysterious underwater shipwreck. Now, there are a few things you should know about Slytherin, and a few you should forget. Firstly, let's dispel a few myths. You might have heard rumours about Slytherin House, that we're all into the dark arts and will only talk to you if your great-grandfather was a famous wizard, and rubbish like that. Well, you don't want to believe everything you hear from competing houses. I'm not denying that we've produced our share of dark wizards, but to have the other three houses, but so have the other three houses. They just they just don't like admitting it. Well, I can't read today. And yes, we have traditionally tended to take students who come from long lines of witches and wizards, but nowadays you'll find plenty of people in Slytherin House who have at least one Muggle parent. Here's a little known fact that the other three houses don't bring up much. Merlin was a Slytherin. Yes, Merlin himself, the most famous wizard in history. He learned all he knew in this very house. Do you want to follow in the footsteps of Merlin, or would you rather sit at the old desk of the illustrious ex-Hufflepuff, Eglantine Puffet, inventor of the self-soaping dishcloth? I didn't think so. But that's enough about what we are not. Let's talk about what we are, which is the coolest and edgiest house in this school. We play to win because we care about the honour and traditions of Slytherin. We also get respect from our fellow students. Yes, some of that respect might be tinged with fear because our dark reputation, but you know what? It can be fun, having a reputation for walking on the wild side. Chuck out a few hints that you've got access to a whole library of curses and see whether anyone feels like nicking your pencil case. But we're not bad people. We are like our emblem, the snake, sleek, powerful, and frequently misunderstood. For instance, we Slytherins look after our own, which is much more than you can say for Ravenclaw. Apart from being the biggest bunch of swats you ever met, Ravenclaws are famous for clambering over each other to get good marks, whereas we Slytherins are brothers. The corridors of Hogwarts can throw up surprises for the unwary, and you'll be glad you've got the serpents on your side as you move around the school. As far as we're concerned, once you've become a snake, you're one of ours, one of the elite. Because you know what Salazar Slytherin looked for in his chosen students? The seeds of greatness. You've been chosen by this house because you've got the potential to be great, in the true sense of the word. Alright, you might see a couple of people hanging around the common room whom you might not think are destined for anything special. Well, keep that to yourself. If the Sawing Hat put them in here, there's something great about them, and don't you forget it. And talking of people who aren't destined for greatness, I haven't mentioned the Gryffindors. Now, a lot of people say that Slytherins and Gryffindors represent the two sides of the same coin. Personally, I think Gryffindors are nothing more than wannabe Slytherins. Mind you, some people say that Salazar Slytherin and Godric Gryffindor prize the same kinds of students, so perhaps we are more similar than we like to think. But that doesn't mean that we cozy up with the Gryffindors. They like beating us only slightly less than we like beating them. A few more things you need to know. Our house ghost is the Bloody Baron. If you get on the right side of him, he'll sometimes agree to frighten people for you. Just don't ask him how he got bloodstained. He doesn't like it. The password to the common room changes every fortnight. Keep an eye on the notice board. Never bring anyone from another house into our common room or tell them our password. No outsider has entered it for more than 7 centuries. Well, I think that's all for now. I'm sure you'll like our dormitories. We sleep in ancient four-posters with green silk hangings and bedspreads embroidered with silver thread. Medieval tapestries depicting the adventures of famous Slytherins cover the walls, and silver lanterns hanging from the ceilings. You'll sleep well. It's very soothing listening to the lake water lapping against the windows at night. I quite liked that. Of course, that thing about outsiders getting into the house isn't strictly true now, is it? Because not that long ago, 2 bloody Gryffindors wandered in. So, yeah. But either way, I hope you've enjoyed watching me get sorted into my house. I intend fully to do the Patronus test next, and I'll probably get sorted into my Ilvermorny house, and so on and so forth. And I think I'll do some more videos exploring Pottermore at a later date. If you've enjoyed this, check out the link below for my blog, where I update not just videos but other thoughts and stuff, all Harry Potter and Wizarding related. You could subscribe to see future updates, and so on and so forth. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you all later.